Tonight on Texas News Channel, students protest for student safety.
The UT Senate approves a new mandate for misconduct.
And our new smoking law is working to prevent underage smokers.
You're watching Texas News Channel,
your leader for live local UT coverage. Good evening and welcome to Texas News Channel for Monday, October 28th. I'm Marco Ramirez.
And I'm Megan Fee. Thank you for joining us tonight.
UT students organized a sit-in for student safety outside of the provost's office on Friday. Students protested two professors who reportedly violated the university's sexual misconduct policies and are scheduled to teach classes this spring. TNC's Cynthia Miranda was at the protest and tells us why students are concerned about their safety on campus.
UT students shouted and banged on the door of the provost office during a sit-in, and they demanded that the university address concerns about Coleman Hutchinson and Sahatra Sarkar. These professors are said to have violated UT's sexual misconduct policies, according to the Austin American-Statesman, and are teaching English and philosophy courses next semester. UT student Anelia Krishnan, one of the four organizers of the protest, says they put together the protest to inform others about the reported misconduct.
It is a student safety issue. Students have the right to know whether or not the professors that are teaching them have been found guilty of sexual misconduct.
UT student Tasnim Islam says she is disappointed that students are the ones informing each other about this issue.
It shouldn't be the students' duty to make sure that we're safe in our classrooms. It should be the university's duty.
Provost Mari McInnes will attend a town hall to discuss students' concerns about UT professors Hutchinson and Sarkar the first week of November. Protest organizers of the sit-in and student government will host the town hall. Cynthia Miranda, Texas News Channel.
In addition to this protest, the Senate of College Councils unanimously voted on Thursday to remove any professors found guilty of violating sexual misconduct policies. The resolution also supports the removal of both Professors Hutchinson and Sarkar from the university. Resolution author Praveda Javadi says that this resolution asks for a system of transparency from UT to alert students on misconduct allegations committed by professors.
Philosopher, author, and energy theorist Alex Epstein lectured at the Cockrell School of Engineering today. His event was also met with student protesters. In his book, The Moral Case for Fossil Fuels, Epstein advocates for the use of coal, oil, and natural gas. Epstein also publicly stated that he does not think humans are the primary cause of climate change. We spoke with one UT student who disagrees with Epstein's views and attended today's protest on campus.
UT shouldn't even be allowing the speaker to be on campus, as his rhetoric is dangerous and potentially has harmful consequences disproportionately for poor people and people of color. So my goal today is to keep it from happening in the first place.
The Texas Union will be closed until Sunday due to a water-related issue. Earlier today, the union tweeted out their temporary closure due to maintenance issues that later developed into a week-long closure. The full extent of the closure and damages is still unknown. Doors will be open again Sunday, November 3rd.
Police arrested a man today suspected in carrying out a mass shooting in Greenville, Texas that left 2 dead and 14 injured at a Texas A&M Commerce homecoming party. 23-year-old Brandon Gonzalez was arrested and charged with capital murder. The shooting took place early Sunday morning at a party venue about 15 miles from campus. The party was not associated with the university. More than 750 people were in attendance. Later on Sunday night, another shooting occurred in Dallas at a vigil for one of the victims killed in Greenville. No injuries were reported in that incident, and the gunman has not been identified. Texas House Speaker Dennis Bonnen is not facing any criminal charges after he promised Republican activist Michael Quinn Sullivan media access if Sullivan attacked Republican incumbents. Over the summer, the speaker faced backlash from within his own party after a recording of the meeting between Bonnen and Sullivan was circulated to House members. In October, Sullivan released the recording to the general public. House Republicans responded by calling for his impeachment. Instead, the Speaker said he will not be seeking re-election.
An epidemic of vaping-related lung diseases is sweeping the nation, even affecting some students here at UT. TNC's Walton Gray explores how new laws may change that.
Vaping has become incredibly popular among Americans, but especially among young Americans. The Center for Disease Control reports that out of the nearly 1,500 vaping-related illnesses, 15% of those were under the age of 18, while 39% were between the ages of 18 and 24.
I think a lot of people started on vaping just because their friend did it, and before you know it, you're kind of addicted to nicotine.
While officials decide how to react to the vaping epidemic, lawmakers here in Texas took things into their own hands.
Republican Senator Joanne Huffman filed Senate Bill 21. This bill passed last session and raises the smoking age in Texas to 21 in an attempt to help reduce the amount of underage smoking.
95% of adult smokers begin smoking before they turn 21. Even more astounding is that 3/4 of adult smokers try their first cigarette before the age of 18.
Although the law exempts Texans who turned 18 before September, some UT students still don't think the law will change anything.
Kids that are underage will have older kids buy for them. It's not very much different than alcohol. If anything, I think it's easier to get.
But as teen vaping remains a problem across the country, officials will have to find new ways to protect public health.
Last week, UT students living in West Campus learned to always lock their apartment doors the hard way. This comes after 2 men were found sleeping in their beds naked. UT student Yasmin Obadi came home to a surprise when she found a naked man passed out in her roommate's bedroom at 21 Rio. A similar incident happened the day before at 21st and Pearl when police arrested 20-year-old Aravir Munshi after he was found sleeping naked from the waist down in someone else's apartment. The students in both incidents declined to press charges.
UT is looking to make changes to its staff tuition assistance program in order to comply with the 2015 update to a state law. Currently, staff members can apply to have 1 class or 3 credit hours worth of tuition covered each semester. The law now requires that assistance to be reviewed by a third party to ensure it relates to current or future job duties. No date has been set for any possible changes.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott retweeted a viral video on Friday demonstrating the growing Austin homelessness crisis. The video shows a man throwing signs at cars in downtown Austin. Governor Abbott commented in a tweet saying Austin's policy of lawlessness has allowed vicious acts like this. But the video caused a Twitter feud between Governor Abbott and Austin Mayor Steve Adler. Mayor Adler criticized the governor for retweeting the video that was from February 2018, before the city changed its camping ordinance, and the man in the video was not homeless. Governor Abbott shot back by saying while the video is old, it was before the city changed its homeless policy, making public safety worse. Coming up on Texas News Channel, a new student-run coffee spot opens at the SAC.
And UT makes world ranking.
Welcome back. A new coffee stand opened up just a week ago on campus called Brew Bike. It's a student startup coffee stand located right outside the Student Activity Center, providing students with another option to get their coffee. TNC's Alexa Sherry gives us a closer look.
Brewbike, a student startup company created by 2 undergrads at Northwestern University in 2016, was launched to allow students to grow a business together and to make coffee accessible to...
Brewbike started at Northwestern University in 2016 with the main purpose of just providing instant quality coffee on the quick for students, because it's really hard to get good quality coffee on campus. Your options are either Starbucks with a really long line and the dining hall coffee, which can be a hit or miss. So that was the main reason why they decided to create Brewbike.
Not only does Brewbike supply coffee, but it also gives students an opportunity to learn the process of a real startup. This student initiative demonstrates how a small idea can reach incredible heights.
I really like the convenience here because I come by the SAC and Macombs a lot, and it's close to a lot of places that I go on campus. So it's really nice to just stop by and grab some coffee on the way.
The company has extended to the University of Miami, Texas State, and here at UT Austin.
And then they opened up UT as a second school because Austin, it's a startup city, it's a culture, so they thought that it would be a really good fit.
Brewbike has hopes to extend their efforts to campuses all around the U.S., so students at all universities can enjoy delicious, convenient cold brew throughout their days.
The university's pest control confirmed bed bugs in the University Teaching Center over a week ago. Landscape manager Jim Carr says there was no infestation as it only affected one classroom and the room was treated last Monday. The pest control team could not identify when or how the bed bugs got into the chairs. Monday and Tuesday, classes were moved to another location or canceled in order to treat the room. We spoke to UT student Tess Williams, who has a class in the affected room. Take a look.
The chairs we sit in are probably really old, and honestly, they have stains on them and they're really gross. So they should probably just switch out the seat cushions, and we'd feel a lot cleaner sitting in class.
According to Williams, classes are reportedly canceled again due to persistent pest problems. Follow our social media for more updates on this story.
UT was recently ranked as the 34th best university in the world according to the U.S. News and World Report. In this report, UT earned a top 50 ranking in 12 different subjects, including number 5 in computer science, number 8 in electrical and electronical engineering, and number 17 in materials science. And if that wasn't enough, UT was the only Texas university to make the top 100 of the report.
Former U.S. Representative John Conyers died last week at the age of 90. Conyers had a storied career in serving black congressmen in history. Congress served for nearly 53 years before stepping down in 2014 following sexual misconduct allegations, although he cited stepping down for health reasons.
The city of Austin officially recognized Intersex Awareness Day for the very first time on Saturday. People gathered at the Austin City Hall to commemorate this day as intersex people and allies shared their personal struggles and stories when it came to intersexuality. Groups such as Interact, Equality Texas, and few others hosted the events. And some notable attendees included Congressman Lloyd Doggett and Councilmember Gregorio Kazar.
The city of Austin is considering opening the Barton Springs Dam to allow creek water to flow from the Greenbelt into the Barton Springs pool. The city feels the restoring flow could produce a more natural state, which is the city's master plan. However, some fear opening the dam could bring in more algae, unnecessary pollutants, and hurt the water quality of the pool.
A house in Cedar Park received backlash from neighbors after depicting the lynching of a skeleton in their yard's Halloween decorations. Residents of a nearby Austin neighborhood have also voiced concerns about more graphic Halloween displays, including a scarecrow hanging from a tree by a rope and bloody body bags swinging from trees.
Pack your bags, Longhorns. Austin Bergstrom International Airport announces non-stop flights from Austin to Paris. Norwegian Airlines will provide the service. The cost ranges from one-way economical tickets being $220 and premium tickets will cost $830. The flights will begin in May 2020, just in time for summer vacation or your study abroad experience in Europe.
Well, the thunderstorms we got last week weren't the best flying weather.
Yeah, it's really been raining a lot, but at least it's finally cooling down.
Yeah, but it looks like we're going to get some more rain for tomorrow. For that, let's go to Rebecca, who's over at the Weather Center. Rebecca?
Thanks, Marco. Today was mostly cloudy, but will those clouds turn to rain? Stay tuned. Well, Longhorns, it looks like this week is going to be a doozy. Today was partly cloudy with a high of 79 and a low of 60, and there's a 20% chance of showers after 1 a.m. Tomorrow, things will start to get a bit gloomier with a 60% chance of showers coming our way, along with a high of 66 and a low of 63. These chances of rain will increase on Wednesday to 80%, and this rain will bring with it cooler temperatures when we have a high of 70 and a chilly low of 41. On Thursday, we'll see a 20% chance of thunderstorms and a high of 55 with a low of 35. This cold, rainy trend ends on Friday when we'll be met with a high of 61, a low of 42, and sunshine that will continue throughout the weekend. The week will end with highs in the low 60s and lows in the lower to mid 40s overall. It's going to be a roller coaster this week, so make sure to come prepared with your favorite fall clothing. Live from the Weather Center, I'm Rebecca Saborio. We'll be right back with sports.
Welcome back to Texas News Channel. We now welcome Clark Dalton to recap Longhorn sports. Thanks.
It's great to be here, Marco. This weekend, the Texas Longhorns look to capture their 6th victory after a score. Oh wait, we're starting with the highlights. Cameron Dicker, who was the hero last week against Kansas, big field goal for them. However, TCU has a kicker of their own, Jonathan Song. He knocks it out from 32 yards. We're tied 3-3 in the first quarter. Now, heading to the second quarter, Max Duggan, a little read option, throwing it to Pro Wells. He looks pros right here as he gets the touchdown. And the Horned Frogs, the underdogs, have the lead in the second quarter, 10-3. However, Texas is going to come rolling back as Devin, doing Duvernay things, catching a 47-yard touchdown pass tie it back up 10-10. And watch right here. Max Duggan, he's going to get, whoa, nope, not getting sacked, spins out of it, running forward, getting the first down, but Brandon Jones knocks him down pretty good at the end of the play. Texas rolls back though. Wheel route, Keontae Ingram, 17-10, Longhorns lead. They're about to turn it on until it's tied 20-20, and intercepted by Darius Washington. TCU would score a field goal and a touchdown after this. Roshan Johnson, though, trying to keep Texas in it, showing a little bit of that Texas fight. Duggan runs in, though, in the fourth quarter, putting the Frogs up 37-27, and it does not look good for Texas. Ellinger trying to come up with some last-minute magic, maybe a memorable comeback, rolling out, throws, and it's intercepted. Texas loses 37-27, and they drop out of the AP poll.
Well, Clark, TCU was the underdog heading into this game, so why did the Longhorns lose?
Well, TCU did a really good job of staying in front of Texas's receivers, and that kind of limited Sam's throwing options.
So where do the Longhorns go from here?
You have to win out from this point, because if you have any shot at the Big 12 championship left, you have to beat Baylor and Iowa State on the road.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll be right back with your entertainment news.
Welcome back to Texas News Channel. I'm Carly Rappaport. Actor Jared Padalecki was arrested outside of the downtown Austin bar Stereotype early Saturday morning on charges of assault and public intoxication. According to witnesses, the Supernatural star was struck his own employee, before being taken outside by a friend, who was later put into a headlock by Padalecki, leading police to intervene. Padalecki was charged with a Class A misdemeanor assault with injury, and his bond was set to $5,000. Michael Jackson's children celebrated Halloween with a third annual Thriller Night hosted by Michael's oldest son, Prince Jackson, on Friday. The event, partnered with the Heal LA Foundation, follows Michael Jackson's Heal the World cause, but focuses on LA issues such as drug and alcohol abuse, education, and providing resources for disadvantaged youth. Michael's other two children, Paris and Blanket Jackson, and other family members of the Jackson family attended the event. Longtime Kardashian family friend Jonathan Cheban made his Instagram handle his legal name. His handle is Food God, and as of this recording, it's now his legal name. Yeah, that's right. Cheban filed for the name change in the state of Florida, so it seems pretty set in stone now. You can even see the registered trademark symbol next to his IG handle. If you want to see it for yourself, you can head over to @FoodGod on Instagram. Hosier isn't the only one taking you to church. Kanye West released his new album, Jesus is King, Friday, October 25th, accompanied by an IMAX movie with the same title. The album arrived months after West traveled the country performing his Sunday service church revival. Wife Kim K says she is a fan of his transition to gospel music. Well, that's it for me. I'm Carly Rappaport. Back to you.
Thanks, Carly, and thank you for tuning in.
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Texas News TSTV.
If you have a news tip, you can reach us on all social media or email us at news@texasstudenttv.com.
You can catch Good Morning Texas Wednesdays at 7 a.m. and Tower Talks Wednesdays at 6 p.m. I'm Megan Fee.
And I'm Marco Ramirez from all of us here at TNC. Good night.